Hi, I'm Dr. Mitchell Green, sports psych consultant for Delmo Sports. I'm thrilled to be here to offer you the first of several videos that will get you ready for this upcoming triathlon season. I have 3 key points to go over with you today that I'd like you to keep in mind as you train and get ready to roll. The first has to do with making comparisons. You might not expect that to be my first one, but it's my first one because I see too many athletes at this stage, just a few weeks out from getting ready to race, who are losing motivation rather than gaining it. And part of the reason they're losing motivation is because they're so busy comparing themselves to the athletes that they train with, the athletes that they read about, or the athletes that they see on Facebook. They're so busy comparing themselves and always putting themselves in a one-down position, always focusing on the guy or gal who seems to be in better shape, has bigger goals, has a nicer bike, or the person who just seems to have a better life than them. And they start to question whether it's all worth it or not. Well, of course it's worth it. Racing a Delmo race is always worth it, and putting yourself in a position to be outside your comfort zone is something you'll never regret. But you've lost sight of that, perhaps, as you compare yourself to everyone else and start to over-concern yourself with their goals instead of focusing on the real reasons you're out here, the real reasons you push yourself so hard, and how you need to make these last few weeks the best ones yet. And one of the ways you'll be able to do that is stop the comparisons. You don't need them. They only add extra weight, and you need to refocus and get reconnected to the purpose and reason you chose to sign up for your Delmo races this season. The second key point I want to talk to you about is setting small goals. I know you hear from a sports psychologist all the time about goals, goals, goals. But let me just make a small point to you that can pay big dividends. I want you to focus on some mental goals in the training you're doing now. You're working so darn hard, physically pushing yourself. You'd be silly not to max out your mental goals during training that could help you in the actual race. So what am I talking about? In the last few 100 yards of a swim, in the last half mile of your run, in the last several miles of your bike. Spend some extra time, instead of just getting through those last few moments, talking to yourself about how you mentally want to be able to fire on all cylinders and finish strong. When your mind wants to check out and just sort of take it easy those last few hundreds, make it tougher on yourself mentally, tougher by focusing more in on what you need to do, by challenging yourself to finish strong, as I said. Because it's in the race when you're going to need those last few moments when it really is difficult, you're going to really need to lock in. And if you haven't practiced it in your training, you're going to find that you're going to lose some of that toughness that you need in the race itself. If you need to find a mantra word, great. If you need yourself to distract yourself to get through it hard, great. But anything that you need to do so you can finish strong is a key mental goal that you can use during all of this tough training that you're doing. A simple, small addition of a mental goal can lead to great dividends when the going gets tough in the race, because you know it's going to get tough in the race. The third thing I have to do is to just keep an eye on your schedule. Too many people, all of us, me included, can find some mundane tasks to keep ourselves occupied, and we're getting really good at doing mundane tasks when over these next few weeks, as you get ready to race, you should be focusing on what your priorities are, and can you fit in the miles, the mileage, and working on those areas where you're not as strong to make sure you're really race ready. So stop being so competent at the mundane stuff and reorganize your priorities so you can fit the tough stuff in. The tough training yards, the focusing on the weaknesses, even spending time working on your transitions if you haven't, and make an opportunity for yourself to get better over these next few weeks instead of just surviving these next few weeks. And that takes taking a good look at your schedule, how you're spending your time, and if you want to retool your time so that you can make sure that you're not just wasting it by doing the mundane tasks of life. Spending all that time on email and Facebook may seem productive, but if you cut out even half of it, you'll have some extra time to work on putting in some extra yards, some extra miles, recovering even better than you are now so that you can be ready come the start of the Delmo season. If you want to reach me individually to ask a question, I'm here as your sports psych consultant. I can be reached by going to my website at www.greenpsych.com. That's GREENEPSYCH.com. And I will certainly see you out on the race course. But I'm here for you. Stay in touch, train safe, work hard.